still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Now the significance of that name is...
Origin.
As yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder, and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature, that they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well...
The Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canberra is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archaea above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we gonna manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off.
Bugger off.
Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
New side quests? No, I did them all last time.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
Together.
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes. I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings?
Dion.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
That's right.
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger.
Dion.
That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret?
Oh, no.
My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Take as much time as you need, brother. Something tells me ultimately I will wait.
He will wait. You better.
Say your farewells, and let us be gone.
You be careful up there. But if you happen to snag your britches on anything, be sure to bring them back to me. I'll get them patched up right away.
Uh-oh.
Take as long as you need, Clive. Just don't take too long, eh?
Nah, no worries, man. No worries. It'll be super quick.
Back again?
What is it that you wish to learn?
The advent of origin.
Study it well, Clive. Thus ends today's lesson.
The mother crystal to end all mother crystals.
There's something about it.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea.
Oh. Just like the beginning of the game.
This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
He's Clive Final Fantasy.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Me too, Clive, me too. Holy shit. Okay. We're doing all those, of course. Jeez. Yeah, this is the end. All these side quests. I assume are the last. Slope abounds.
What is it this time, Torgal? Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Awoken from its slumber beneath the foundations of Twinside, this corrupted construct now looms over the Twins. Its form a bruise on the very heavens. Oh boy. Not yet. It'll have to wait a while.
Clive? Do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war. I still wear mine, so I made you this instead. Red is the color of passion, the fire in your heart. Fierce and bright, it binds you and your brother, you and your friends, you and me.
Our bond. May it never be broken.
And may it ever bring you back to me.
Mm.
I will always, always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
You're so good. Yes.
It's not time yet, is it?
No.
Somewhere in the back of my mind.
He's scaring me. Like they're really saying talking like it's the end of the world. And yeah, it is. And that's just making me scared. Like, how is this game gonna end?
I know. Thank you. And so for now, be strong, Clive.
Okay.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport. But as
Yeah,
soon as
you
the
go to
rebuilding
Eastport.
work is complete, I promise to.
Byron.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies, and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Nope.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No. Thank you, Clive.
Thank you.
Don't worry, my boy. Rutherford is in Randalar this very moment, singing your praises to all and sundry. They'll adore you.
Alright. Gav.
You alright? About that. Oi!
Didn't I?
Let's see.
NS Cabbage. It's real.
You off then?
Ness, I gotta tell you something. I haven't gotten sleep yet. But, hear me out. Because I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So if I'm just like... If I'm a little off, this being my first stream in a long time, since Bug Snacks, and I'm also a little tired, might explain my way of speaking today. But all night I was that emote scares me still. All night I was setting up my channel and making all the about me's and stuff. You
they'll come back.
Involuntarily convinced me to stream again.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds,
It's
is
like,
keen to join the curse.
of course, he stream
As you know, the
all the
work
time.
we do
It's
is
cool.
not easy.
And then
which is why
Ruby
we test
streams,
every
of course, vocal
volunteer's
streams, and now
suitability.
she's
I
streaming
was hoping
again.
you could oversee this one's evaluation.
Next, Shinto's gonna
I don't
start
mind,
streaming,
Why this one?
and then
Because he wants to be a scout.
everyone
Our
else.
ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword.
I was thinking about being funny and streaming on YouTube, but
Which is
I
why
was
we
like,
still
nah.
rely so heavily on Gav.
Everyone's
Since
on
he
Twitch.
accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Oh yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
So I'm at the end of the game, and all of a sudden the game decides to drop like 20 side quests on me at the end. Which I wasn't expecting, because usually it's like 4 at a time after a quest, or 5. But this is definitely the most. They're like, okay, you're gonna do all these, like 2 hours worth of side quests, and then you get to beat the game. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Clive. Here you go.
Clive. I'm at the end, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
It took me almost pretty much just as long as Zelda did, 3 weeks.
I would speak with this Duke.
Yeah, I got this game 3 weeks ago.
Saw the captain just now.
On a Friday.
Your town needs you. I need you. But the Duke would have me clapped in irons.
I think they're gay. Yeah.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, this is the Final
He's assumed
Fantasy.
full control of the garrison and put
I would say it
every
is pretty
able-bodied
final.
man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
A few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflan, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me for...
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot
Absolutely.
of dialogue for a lot.
Our conversation can wait.
Because there's so many side quests, there's so much dialogue.
Proceed.
Hopefully
As you
we'll see
know,
some action here
my
and
father is a
there.
most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue
I
against
say
his
there's a
reckless
lot, but I could
plans.
also skip it if I
Yet
want
I
to.
fear he is not one to
But I
be
don't
swayed
want to.
by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people.
Her people. Funny hat.
He's always been like
Funny
this.
hat.
Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully,
No.
my lady.
He's dying.
Our only chance of saving this town depends
Alrighty,
on
Ness.
every one of us uniting against
Goodbye. Thank you for stopping by.
your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that there may yet be one round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy.
Thank you.
I bid you good day.
You're epic too.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Under new management. Número 2. Okie dokie.
The task of organizing the town watch has been taking up a great deal of Philippe's time of late. And the rest he spends guarding the main gate to the markets. You'll find him there, most likely.
Alright.
Now feel good, boy.
The bopper. Okay. What's this do here?
The Dame actually cares about this town, unlike the Duke. He's only interested in picking our pockets to line his own. I'll take my chances in the world before I let some noble...
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me.
Yeah,
no
Gav.
magic, no support, just one man and his
Gav.
nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Even now, the capital has moved. The Empire keeps the watchtowers overlooking royal meadows and the Sea of Grace manned. But only by a skeleton crew. It's a trial, not a death sentence.
Right.
So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Okay. Over there. Oh, I didn't check the hunt board. I wonder if there's any new hunts on there. No. There's only like 11. That's fine. That's okay. Let's just do the ones here.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Faster! Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Okay, what? Come on. Do it. Yes. Fuck. That never gets old. That's so cool. I love that so much. Bring. Level 47.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you alright?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. She'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me,
Here we go.
Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Okay, yeah, these are...
Perhaps we could, Father.
Right, these are the end game side quests.
Want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of
They're
the
already
people.
looking pretty good.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore.
Oh!
You may have filled my daughter's head with your
My
heresy,
goodness.
but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla.
Yikes.
Yes, I know who you are. The
Carla.
slut of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Jealous, are you?
Oh!
That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Yeah, man. She's cool.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. Well, I can't promise to hold them all back. I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you, both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Till then. intense music. Oriflamme.
I have served the Duke for many years, and I hope to do so for many more. But I cannot turn my back on these people. Our people.
Captain said to bring our wounded
Merciful creature, wherefore would you forsake me?
Father.
I want steel in the hands of every man or woman willing to fight.
Being a dummy. Okay.
If any get by, you can trust we'll be here to meet them head on.
Okie.
This is more like it. Come on then. Test me.
Come here. Okay, let's save that for the next horde.
Stay down. Is it over? No. It's only just begun.
Okay.
Let's try.
Come on, get it. Yeah. Perfect. And dancing steel is done. Yeah, I love the rhythm I'm in. Like, all the skills I have. Just perfect. Bam! Oh, yes. So satisfying. So satisfying.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
one is the management.
Can we get you anything?
Let's go finish that one.
There's no need to worry any longer.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the crystalline dominion.
Alright, Isabel
I
lore.
was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Always and forever. Because we love Clive. The Vale signboard. Orcal. Or Chelcom. Or Calcom. Whatever. It's very useful. Thank you, Isabel.
We have brought Northreach together. Now the fight begins to keep her together. For if this town is to survive, we must all play our part. Including you, Clive. We have brought Northreach together. Now the fight...
looks like the... Let's just go here.
Good girl. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
Kill it.
I can't! Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Yeah. Damn. Very good. This game. Oh, almost. There we go. Dragon Talon.
Ember, are you?
Ember's gone.
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Back to Northreach. Exposed beak braid. Let's see what that does. Down thrust the damage. Oh, man, these are perfect for me. Just need the... yeah. Working towards that weapon, baby. It's fine. This way.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job?
Ember.
I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
It won't. Certainly won't, Clive, I guess. Clive litters. Down the ding. Not here. Booklet markets.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. May Gilbert smile on you.
Do you see that too?
He's big.
There are many variations of the Semekian legend, but almost all agree that man was punished for presuming to set foot in the sanctum of the gods. Some describe it as holy, others heavenly, which is to say, of the heavens. Could it be that the baleful mass that now glowers over us is this very sanctum? Have the gods returned to pass judgment upon us once more?
I don't know. Maybe.
Papa? What is it? Please, just make it stop.
Whoa.
I'm scared.
Oh, we're gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine. Never fear, for Clive is here. He will eat the crystal and become one.
Come on. Faster!
Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I'll do this all out of order.
Please, Field Marshal.
I don't care.
Oblige.
See a side quest?
This
I'm
won't
gonna
take
go
long.
to it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You're right. It won't.
There's not really
Then
any particular order,
finish
but I
him.
was doing a different one before this one. That's so. Don't go down. Come on. No way. Oh well. Give it. What? Where'd the healer go? You. Scepter.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course.
Language.
My lord Marquis.
Little potty mouth
or
over
is Sid
here.
the outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
And we need your help.
Before I agree to anything,
To stop him.
I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience.
Experience, you say?
I hope I can convince him at least.
That's right. Clinton's his name. There's one over here. This one lies in the lines in the sand. Duty undying. Oh dear. Torgal, my baby. My boy.
Let's go. Faster!
Oh.
Back to the stables, girl. Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
Propose? Get down on your knee and
You'd
propose.
have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far?
They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Any statesmen we speak with are liable to resist our entreaties if they feel that what little power remains to them is at stake. They must be dealt with skillfully. I shall not repeat the errors of my past.
Reckon Master Quinton could argue an egg back up a hen's quim if he set his mind to it.
Quinton's gonna build us new Lost Wing, and I'm gonna help.
Good kid.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
Good thinking, Clive.
Merrier,
Good thinking.
Uncle.
Great thinking.
Assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady
My
Ariadne
boy.
and Steward Rockford from a
My
horde
boy.
of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse...
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna be right back. Let's continue.
Things finally loosened, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Of course.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, they'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man!
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal!
Tough love.
Criminal? How?
This is tough love.
Dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the bloody outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
Not so subtle, Carl.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Back to adventure.
Sorry,
What does man say?
can't take you where you need to get to, but the Argo and me'll be waiting when you get back.
Waiting when you get back? That's right. You better be waiting. Waiting for us. I have taquito. Man. Or dog. I love that he's over, but one day I stream. Little puppy's gotta come over. That's That's why the stream's so long. I would have already had these quests done, I imagine. Da-da-dum-dum-dum. I miss my friend Ness. See? I said he's a good friend. Straight up over here.
How the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
Oh, easy peasy, like we've dealt with everything else before. I imagine we're gonna fly on top of Bahamut. Or Phoenix. Or both. Who knows?
Do you think they'll come back?
You should have seen. Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Yes.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Breaths of lightning pile drive.
Sid,
A new quest.
I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training, and I will not let you down.
A new quest, you say? Oh, okay, hunt board. Okay, we could do this. I love side quests. I love side quests.
How may I help you today, Clive?
I'm doing these because see, like I'm so close. Might as well do all of them at this point. right? I've done all of them before. The Roaring Hearth. The Tringali captain I shared a table with last night. Is to be believed, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish. Herself being one such a woman.
You earned this.
Genji gloves.
Come again. I may have more.
What does that do? It's a gold accessory. Decreases damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%. I love this one. This one's really good too. And this one's good. Healing proficiency and potency. Let's try out the Genji gloves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Two more. A. Knight of the Splendent Heart, the Grim Reaper, Cape Orsier, and the Penitent's Gate. Some break. Here. There. There. He is right here. Knight of the Splendent Heart. Okay.
You're the outlaw! The one who drove his highness to madness on your knees!
What? I did that, I made my bed.
He hasn't heard. And he doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Only your death will serve!
You fool. Holy fuck. Oh. Okay, I'm okay. Come on. No! Far! I just reacted way too quickly. No, get in the ring. Ah. You two get in the. Come on. You get my team. Come on. Oh, so close. Yeah.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
The other one is over yonder. Yeah, it would be faster.
The garrison said they take another
Wrong way.
And how might I help the garrison today?
The garrison did away with posting guards here at the wall. Now,
how are we going to arm the garrison without a forge?
Might be some smiths down south that can do the job, but their bearers will be just as useless as ours now the Fang and the Tail have fallen.
Those things didn't fight like men.
Run like the wind.
No.
All right.
Trying to find my hut. There. Yeah.
Thanks, Gal.
That is so weird. Okay. The Prince of Death. Homest.
Not another one.
Yeah. I forgot to use my strength tonics last time. Might forget again. We'll see. Oh no. Get his ass clapped. Not bad. I forgot to use my strength on it like I said. I really forgot. Just in the heat of the moment. Nope. Yeah, grab him. Oh, okay. Too late. Ugh. Physical attack. I'm dancing around this guy. Go in. Yes, sir. Okay. Come on. Go. That's my strength tonic. This should... Yeah, this will end it. No. There we go. 5. Dark steel. Perfect.
I'm getting tired of these things.
Hopefully that's the last one we'll have to kill. Right. Right. But that was fun. That was pretty good. Back to the hideaway to continue our stuff. Vivian, or let's just do Vivian's right now, because we are literally right here.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Hippocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We'll get
Clive.
your book, right? That's what you wanted. Okay.
Hippocrates knows of the tome I seek. Whether what he has to say makes you happy to have agreed to help me is another matter. Well, Clive?
I am.
Mm-hmm. Ultima's death. Might we ever find true freedom? When we do, I'll be counting on you to help teach this world the truth.
Naturally. I shall. I do so enjoy our little
So
chats.
tense. Everyone's counting on me.
The hour fast approaches.
But I am Clive Rosfield.
My decision is made.
Clive Final Fantasy. Final. There we go. Could have just read his 20 minutes ago. An hour ago. This man. Carry you and your brother to Origin. See if they might live on and on in infinity. Dion, I'm gonna miss you, man.
You said it yourself.
Your time was off to go. Took much from me, and you means to strip us all what little we have left.
He must be stopped.
Whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you. Over hasty as your brother, save your thanks for when this is over.
The time is nigh, Ifrit.
I still love that he calls like me Ifrit, Joshua the Phoenix. Love it. We're going to Hippocrates. Hippocrates. Gav. My guy Gav.
I don't suppose you're here to reprise the Saint and the Sectary. Huh.
Thank you, Uncle.
As for down here... Do you know why? 'Twas not 20 summers past. Your mother, the Duchess. But above all...
Mm-hmm. That wench.
And so you see...
That not a funny person.
Well, don't do anything I wouldn't.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the...
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you. Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does The true history of the enslavement of bearers.
Whoa.
A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known.
Yes, come on.
Or,
that is huge lore.
So rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is the Executor's watchword.
This is huge.
They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the Executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the Executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the Executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the Strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
I was already sleepy.
When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a
That
visit.
is boring. I mean, what? No, this is interesting lore.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. Having never visited, I cannot tell you exactly where in Garnick my friend's lodgings lie. But he did mention I make no guarantee that you will find what you seek there.
Find what you seek.
Yes.
Dion Macarius. That's right.
Indeed.
Final act. Go against fate.
Then go.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
My friend.
Another side quest in Waloed.
Let's go. Enough of you, are there? The entire village looks abandoned.
Walking in on my faithful steed.
Which house would a bookworm live in?
A bookhouse. A book? An apple book? Because a worm and an apple and... Okay. Oh dear. There's only so many houses. In this rather quaint town, village, settlement.
His interests were certainly varied. This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Wow, I feel the real sleepiness coming on. Man, I'd love to make like this whole thing a stream till I get to the end, but I might just have to cut it after. I don't know, sometime. Chapter 16, the Fall of the Bears. Oh, here we are. This is it. The Fall of the Bears, Chapter 16. From a distance, the emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with the gift came to be commonly known is most likely a contraction of bearer and the heavenly blessing, the wording used by the tribunes of the time. Those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals, and granted high office and plentiful reward for the status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion, led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The diverse nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church. While the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power, their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meeting by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution. Yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bears both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Palestinian people. After the bears' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Alstia came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. It's a well-known phrase, bearers are other than human, has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed's only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
That was deep, man. That was deep. I want to read all these. Wait, Karen Orvent. Oops. tragic fire at Kirnovrand, 873 EV, subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stonier for inspection. The report details progress made by the stronghold at Garnick in reinvigorating Walud's ranks of esteemed intelligencers. Oh god. The Moogle! Moogle lore? I'm just gonna read this quickly. How could their small dark wings possibly lift them up into the air and let them fly? How could this be? Preposterous! Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's enough of that. Looks like someone's gonna confront us. If I had to guess. Or something.
Leaving so soon, stranger?
Ooh.
We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make.
Who's the leader?
Means or another,
this is like even deeper than like Secrets of the World. In one of the last side quests of the game. This is pretty
then we
big.
find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Oh my.
Let's see, shall we?
Hooligans.
Okay.
So weird. Oh. I almost thought that was Torgal making those noises.
Fine hand.
Farewell.
Yeah. I want to get to the bottom of this. This secret society.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all.
The truth hurts.
You may
real.
keep the book. For now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Goodbye. Wait. They
Damn it.
They come and go.
Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Like real quickly, it's almost like they aren't even real people. Imagine.
There's something about it.
It's going to its origin.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
Name of the author. Whether that is because the title page has been lost to time or because the tomb was published anonymously. It is impossible to say. Moss the Chronicles.
You found it.
He would label it.
Thank you, Clive.
I don't know.
Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it.
Executors.
He told me something.
Executors?
That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one.
Clive!
As the sad history of the bearers proves.
Joke.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you. As I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Scholar's bonnet. Headwear. A new quest is available. We're never-ending quest. Hell. We're in side quest hell. A new hunt board. Let's go. The finale? Oh no. Not quite. Oh, I don't know. Garnic Walood. I'm gonna go do that right now. Oops. It's just where I was at, huh? Yep. Just where I was at. Yep. Market.
Ready, go?
Market. There are no signs of the fallen.
You deserve a rest.
This game is so good. So good. Alrighty. Whoa! Garuda's soul back from the dead.
Madness lives on.
Yeah, Benedict Hammond.
Too slow.
Ay.
Nice try.
Really, I'm starting to sound like Clive. Over 70 hours in this game. Okay, we're gonna do that. Yo. chicken tofu. Come on. Okay. My bad. Oh gosh, man, that's just my favorite accessory in the game. So cool. The Bahamut to finish the job. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Rest in peace, Benedict. That's the closure we're gonna get from Clive, because he was kind of passed out, like, drunk. And after he killed her. Oh, okay, I'm gonna check if I could craft the ultimate epic, super cool weapon. Oh, actually, I might need another ore chalcum.
So, would it be?
Yeah. Yeah, one more.
Anything else?
One more hunt. That'd be S+. That'd be super cool. That'd be so cool.
Oh.
It's hardly everything.
And I will. I promise.
Good.
You can count on me. Be careful out there.
Good.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals in the hideaway. But you know what I'd really like? My own goblin. Or maybe a morble or a bomb. Only if it was a big one. That or a bander curl, but not a cactuar. They're too prickly. I
Did you
did
just
it,
say?
Sid.
Oh,
I made
animals.
friends with all the animals in the hideaway.
What is it? Pets. Like, what? Doggo. Speaking of pets. What's wrong, boy?
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
Yeah.
From Sid, that's why.
Oh.
On the day he brought him home.
How long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now?
I was always wondering about that.
Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long.
Oh, Torgal Quest.
Let's get that thing off you.
Oh no, he wants it on.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Sid. That's who took him in.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Frost. Like a Torgal mission in the Frost. So we could see his
Quick,
family,
aren't ya?
perhaps.
Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Doggy, don't talk back.
Where to then, Torgal?
Very true. Follow Torgal. Oh man, I'm hella tired. So, I think this is it for now. I might be back later. I might not. Depends on what I want to do. Gonna end the stream now. Alright.